Hello everyone. I've got a bunch of things to share with you today. So thank you for taking time to watch, and I always pray that you'll receive something that will inspire, encourage you, help you in some way. That's my heart, that's what I desire, and there's always something. I want to encourage you. I get apprehensive about things like this too. But I just know right now the Lord wants to use me. He wants to use you. And there's always somebody that can articulate better. There's always somebody that can share better. They're better looking on camera. They can sing better. They can play an instrument better, paint better. But I just want to encourage you. The Lord wants to use you. He wants to use your giftings, your talents, all of your experiences, the things you know, and your personality. He wants to use you with your circle of influence. So put it out there. Ask the Lord what He wants you to do, and then just step out in faith and just start doing what He empowers you to do. I brought a special effects thing today. I think you probably know what this is. This is a Kentucky fly swatter, though. It says Kentucky right on it, but I'm going to tell you more about the fly swatter, and right now, I'm going to just do it right now. The other day, I had a package coming, and opened the door to get the package, and there must have been this fly, this bug, just waiting to get into my house, and they had to wait till I opened the door for them to get in. And they came in, and that big old fly hits me, and the bug zooms by my ear. And so, I got this out, and my intent was to kill him. I didn't do that, so I didn't want to be a murderer or have somebody after me for being cruel to a bug or a fly. But I did get them back out of my house and shut the door. And I really feel like that was a good visual, that we've let some things in our house. And sometimes we've just opened the door to those things, and we have to get these things back out. I think God is using this time to just put things back in order, to get our priorities right, our focus back. And so I hope you're taking time right now to just seek the Lord and to hear His voice. And that's some scriptures that I want to share right now. And I don't want to wear this out. I know everybody's heard 2 Chronicles 7:14, but I'm going to put a little spin and add some things to it if you'll just keep watching. So thank you for your time. I appreciate your investment in time. But 2 Chronicles 7:14, it says, if my people, that's conditional, if, and it's directed to my people. It's not everybody else, because a lot of people don't know to do this. But if my people will humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then, this is what He does, then I will hear, I'll forgive, and I'll heal their land. And so, how much do we need that right now? We need God's involvement in our lives right now. We need healing in our land. We need healing in us, in our houses. And He says, well, if you will do these things, I will do these things. Conditional, but it's very, very specific, and it's a promise. So I hope everybody's pressing in and using this time. We have no excuse right now. We have time to seek God. We have time to reprioritize Him. We have time to read His Word. We have time to talk to those people and be encouraged by those that we haven't had time to it at other times. So let's be prudent with this time. But let me read this. I just think this is a good ad. A lot of these are going to be good ads. And this is found in Deuteronomy 4:29. And it says, but if, there's that if again, conditional. If from there, you, if from there, you, me, seek the Lord your God, you will find him. If you seek him with all of your heart and with all of your soul. From where you are. You know, it didn't have a disclaimer there saying, well, you know, if you're there and you haven't done this or you haven't thought this, it didn't have conditions about, you know, your social level, your importance. It just said, if you will do this. How personal is that? There's no condition. We all get to do this. Anybody that does this will find God. Listen to this, 2 Chronicles 15:4. But in their distress, they turned to the Lord. But in their distress, where is that? Right in the middle of whatever you're going through, right in the middle of all of this stuff, right in the middle. But in this situation, in that situation, whatever situation you are facing today, in that, if you will turn, get your priorities back in order, stop listening to, well, yeah, we have to be informed, but you know, we cannot be overwhelmed by everything that's going on. We can't continue in some of the things that we've continued in. He wants us to be new. My daughter Kristen used a really good word the other day when she was talking to me. She said, Dad, we can't go back to our default modes. And I was like, that's good. That's good, honey. She was so right. You know, God doesn't want us to go back. He doesn't want this to be over. He wants us to be new. And I just thought that was good, that there again, when we turn back to him, when we put him as the main event, the main focus, we're going to find him again. You know, there was a long time ago, I read about an explorer, and his name was Cortez. And, you know, he brought a bunch of people over here in ships. You know, I don't know if it's in the 1600s, 1400s, 1500s. I'm not a history major, but look Cortez up and you'll find out he came here to explore America. And when he came, you know, they took their provisions off the ship. They burned all the ships. And the reason he did that, he didn't want the hardships or whatever they were facing to cause them to return to where they came. He wanted to leave no alternative but to go forward. And I think right now many of us don't have an alternative. I don't have any answers. Many of you, I'm sure none of us have any answers. And I'm thankful there's people working on there's doctors, there's scientists that are trying to come up with a cure. But I'm so thankful that God, our Heavenly Dad, our Heavenly Father, He's always had all the answers, and He releases those to us. He gives us peace in the middle of the storm. He gives us rest. He gives us solutions and answers that we need. And so I just encourage you today to make Him your focus. This is good. I believe this is one of the things He's wanting to do. Isaiah 30:15 says, God the Master. God the Master? He's Master. He's King. He's Lord. He has this solemn counsel. We better listen up. If He has some counsel for us, it's very important. Your salvation requires you to turn. There's that turn word again. Back to me. And stop your silly efforts to save yourselves. I did not say this. He said some of these things we're doing right now, they're just silly. They're silly efforts. We're trying to come up with all these solutions without Him. And the thing is, He wants to be included. He will give us the solutions. As we turn, He will give strategies, plans. He will give answers. He's the source. And He wants us to see that source again. To go on, He says this, your strength will come from settling down in complete dependence on me. The very thing you've been unwilling to do. Frank, the very thing you've been unwilling to do so many times. It's sad. He wants our attention. And I know he's using all this to get our attention. I've said this. He wants to put things back in order. He wants us to put him back as number one in our lives. Number one in our families. Number one in this nation. He wants his laws to be our guide. He wants his word to be our foundation that we stand upon. He wants his truth to be over all other truths. He wants his reality to be above all other realities. This is a good promise right here. Isaiah 30:18 says, but God, I like those words, but God is not finished. God's not finished. He's waiting around to be gracious to you. Deuteronomy 32:4 says, the Lord is your rock. He's your mighty defender, perfect and just in all his ways. Your God is faithful and true. Wow. How many strong words are there in that? He's our defender. He's mighty. He's true. He's faithful. We need him involved in our lives. You need him involved in your life. And the other day I got up and I was making coffee and I just saw the clock and it was 5:43. 5:43. And I just knew that was significant for me. And maybe it's significant for this season, for this time, but it was like he was saying, Frank, that's a countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blast off. I'm getting ready to do something. I'm getting ready to do something in the hearts of my people. I'm already started. I'm getting ready to do even more in this nation. I'm getting ready to do more in the world. I'm getting ready to come in. And I just thought, how cool is that? God is getting ready to do something. He's getting ready to show up for your behalf and on my behalf. He's getting ready to infuse his presence in a greater way, his glory in a greater way in our nation and in our world. Wow, I look forward to that right now. I know many of you do too. So there's something's getting ready to happen. And I just thought, how cool with today, the day I'm taping this, it's Palm Sunday. And then Passover is coming up this week. Good Friday and Easter Sunday is coming up. How cool would it be in this season of time that he do something? How like them that it would be. How like him to just do things that are exceedingly abundantly above anything that we think or imagine or dream he could do. I'm not saying that's going to happen, but isn't it so awesome to expect that it can, that it could, that it might? And whether it does or doesn't, one thing I do know is that he never leaves you. He never forsakes you. He's with you always, in and through every season. No matter what's going on around us, he's still with us. He is the supplier of our needs. He strengthens us to do all things. He will see you through. He will see us through. We will get through this. It may be different. Things may look different. But with him included, it will be good. He's our defender. He is our refuge. He is our very present help in times of trouble. And I'm just so thankful. So Lord, I just thank you today that I don't know all the hows. I don't know all the whys. I don't know the whens. But Lord, I know that you do. And our destiny And its timing is in your hands, Father. And I just thank you today that you go in a specific way, in a personal way to everybody that's listened and everybody that's taken time to watch. And you do something specific, that you meet their need right where they are, right where they sought you from, that you come and visit them in the way that they need, Father. And I just thank you that you're good like that. And I thank you that your will is done today and your kingdom is coming. Your will is going to be done in our lives, in our nation, in this world. And we can trust you with all things. You're faithful and you're good. So be blessed, my friends. We'll talk again soon. Be blessed.